Hi guys, it's Gabrielle from TermNet. We reached number 10 of the top 10 most frequent positive emotions that are so important for our language and terminology industries. Yes, it is love. Love. Yes. Yes, indeed. Who wouldn't agree? Love is the basis of everything, even non-romantic love, of course. Yeah? It's the basis of even your terminology stuff and your TT stuff. What's TT? I guess stands for translation and technology. So yes, love. Why do we need love? If you are a language service provider yourself, of course, you do know best that without loving your job and your clients, you will not survive very long in that business. It's way too stressful and challenging. A lot of, competition, even unfair competition by price dumping you're facing all the time. So really, you have to love it. And if you are a victim of a language service provider, for instance, a corporate guy, you are pretty much in the same shoes as your language service provider. You know why? I beg that you are in a very, very stressful and challenging job yourself, and without the love for your company, for the products and the services that company is rendering, for the language your corporation is coining, is using, is spreading, the way you express yourself in that company or organization. You have to love that too. And if you love it, if you understand that this is actually the core of your products and services, the wording, the corporate language in terms of corporate identity, the more you understand, if you do not love and cherish and appreciate this language, you will not be very long in the business either, because it comes all together. Think about Google it. Think about click that with the mouse. These are all concepts and terms coined by one company, and now everybody's using these terms. So my point is here, if you do not love what you do, no wonder that you are not that successful as you might want to be or could be. And I'm very serious here with this. This is a common saying, love what you do what you love. Yeah? But it's crucial, in particular in our businesses, where everything is really complicated, is really harsh in terms of competition, in terms of, price policies, etc., etc. Yeah? So for your own health, for the sake of your physical and mental health, you have to love it. Love it or leave it. If you're a translator or terminology guy who is just too much stressed out by the ignorance of your colleagues and bosses, or by, these huge time pressures and all the arguing about budgets and positions, etc. Just leave it. Love it or leave it. I'm serious. So please keep that love. There are a lot of ways to keep that love for language fresh and sparkling. And of course, if you love your job, you want to be the best there. You want to do a very, very, very good job, which means you are keen on learning. Learning also from your clients, mainly from your clients. Discussing issues with your clients. Loving the way new things are going to pop up, to emerge from challenges, from problems. So without love, with that strong feeling of, yes, I am in the right place, this is my thing. I always wanted to work with language. including the people talking these languages. Not sitting isolated somewhere in a corner and being afraid of communicating. So please keep that love and keep it fresh and sparkling. There are a lot of cool things out there. You can learn. You can learn from our communities. You can learn from the courses and the certificates we're offering. Yeah, not too much advertisement. I know. That was love. And love is a very complex emotion itself, because it actually comprises all the 9 most frequent positive emotions we were discussing in the previous weeks. And here they are. Here are my 10 must-haves in terminology, inspired by the great and mind-blowing research of Barbara Fredrickson about the 10 most frequent positive emotions. So, first of all, joy. Joy and playfulness. After all, we are in a business where, all we need is here and here. Yeah? In our mind, in our head, our creativity. And without this playfulness we have, without the love for learning new things and playing around in a playful way, there will not be much innovation. But innovation is what we need, even in our still booming language industry. We need innovation. Think about all this buzz about artificial intelligence now, about machine translation, but wow, all these learning now. Yeah? So joy and playfulness. Then gratitude. Number 2, gratitude. You have to show your customers that you're grateful, yeah, for their jobs they give you, yeah, and that you're grateful to learn from them. Yeah? And if it's going to be messed up and stressful, which is unavoidable, yeah, number 3 helps a lot. Serenity. Serenity is a key issue. We have to calm down, to cool down ourselves. Don't wait for others, to have that effect on you. It's yourself. Learn meditation, learn to just, run a little bit each and every morning or evening, or to go to gym and have a swim, whatever works, And also in your brain, that was the physical part of serenity and keeping cool, The mental part is embrace the change which is unavoidable. Yes, we were not used to work with all these, fancy tools, yeah, to help us in our language and terminology jobs. Yeah? We have to learn. We have to learn all the time, yeah, to cope with new tools and technology. So embrace the change. Yeah? You can't do anything against the change anyhow, because this is, as the saying goes, this is the only thing which is really unchangeable, that everything is changing. And embrace diversity. Diversity in terms of, yes, our teams, our clients, our whole environment, our societies are more and more and more and more diverse, of course. Globalization itself brought way more diversity in our lives. Yeah? And of course, this is stressful. Yeah? Of course, we have to cope with much more different things and different people. We do not necessarily understand, even as a language expert, which actually should include that we're also pretty good in communication skills. Sometimes we are not. Yeah? And sometimes we're just overwhelmed by the diversity of our global community, yeah? Which creates, if you like it or not, but this does not create only nice and colorful, interesting situations, but also a lot of, stressful and misunderstandings and things we have to cope with. Yeah? So the more we embrace change and diversity as a thing we cannot control, yeah? The more we practice serenity. Number 4, interest. without interest in our business, but also in everything which is surrounding that business, in terms of what are the trends, what is the cool stuff around terminology. As a sci-fi fan, you know that already. I think there are so many opportunities, in these future developments, in all the technology and all this. Of course, first it comes as a buzzword, like, big data, or the Internet of Things, or artificial intelligence, and whatnot, But there are huge opportunities for us as language service providers, I'm so fond of this universal translator of Star Trek, which already actually is a reality. And there is so much more to come. And why sit and wait until these things just happen? Why not be active, and drive new developments? The trend is to go from these single, genius or single experts working alone, to diverse teams, interdisciplinary teams, who are creating real new cool stuff. We were used only in sci-fi movies. Yeah? But this interest, is, to my mind, the driving force. Ask your clients what they are really dreaming about, what they would love to see. Not only, don't be too pragmatic. Yeah? Coming back to playfulness. Yeah? Don't stop dreaming about really, crazy things. Keep interested, because then you find your niche. Language and terminology and translation is in every new invention and innovation on the market, and this will last, because we are on a globalized, planet where people really communicate with each other beyond every language barrier. Yeah? So use that for you. Keep the interest to understand where you could contribute a great thing in these teams and in these developments of new stuff where language is needed, and it's needed everywhere. Number 5, hope. Hope, wonderful. Very important in bad times. Yeah? Hope for the better. Post-traumatic growth, what's that? Even when you got bankrupt with your small business, or as a one-person enterprise, if you're really struggling, if you have either only nasty clients or no clients at all, yes, this is horrible. And you will grow after that. The post-traumatic growth was discovered by Martin Seligman, the founder of the positive psychology. And he found out that, wow, after the same horrible situation, there are some people really growing, not breaking down and having the post-traumatic stress syndrome, but post-traumatic growth. This is wonderful. This is a very, very strong and powerful strength we can develop, when things go wrong. Yeah? And of course, we will never lose hope that terminology will be understood by almost everyone. Yeah? Until then, we, of course, keep explaining and keep inspiring people with our love for terminology, that they understand, that they need it. Number 6. Oh, that's a favorite one. Pride. We have to learn to be pride in a way that it's full of joy and sharing our pride. So if you do a good job in your business, if you accomplish a great result with your translation and terminology project, share it. This is a success story. Yeah? And please don't stop dreaming big. Not, oh, I would love to have 2 or 3 more clients. No. Why not become the best or the biggest or the most, reliable or the most whatever language service providers in the world? Why not? Dream big and be proud what you accomplished. You obviously survived in the language industry, and this is hard enough. Yeah? So be proud of yourself. Don't wait for others to say, oh, good job. No, you have to celebrate your success and you have to share your success. We all actually live from these role models, who did it, who succeeded. We are going to launch a great campaign, actually a series of interviews, where I'm going to ask these very successful language service providers, what did they do? What's their secret of success? So looking very much forward to that. And I'm pretty sure that there will be no surprises, actually. In principle, we know what to do or what we should do. Yeah? But then we just, I don't know, maybe too lazy, maybe too, too much afraid of these big dreams. And we stop dreaming big, but we should not. We should not. So continue your success story and be proud of you. Even more important, don't take success and terminology and your business too serious. Humor is saving lives each and every minute. Without amusement, number 7 is actually, it's not humor, it's the positive emotion is amusement. Without having a good love with your colleagues, with your clients, ideally. Yeah. It's really hard to be successful, and it's really hard to love what you do. So never ever stop to not to take yourself too serious, and all the issues and challenges we all are facing in our business and with our clients. Number 8. Yes. Number 8. Get inspired by innovation and exnovation. What's exnovation? It's learning to unlearn. Yeah? You should watch that blog post. I like it. So what actually is that? Let me check. What is the? Oops. What? Of course. Sorry. Inspiration. Get inspired. Inspiration. The positive emotion is inspiration. And the thing is here, get inspired by the craziness of things and people. All these real cool entrepreneurs, also in our business. Don't forget that the language industry really something is just awesome. Yeah? In terms of being crazy and trying out things and being successful, growing from a very, small one-person enterprise to a huge translation network, or getting $1 million jobs in terminology consultancy. So this is all possible, and this is very much inspiring. Yeah? People are brave. People are crazy. People are very successful in the language industry, So this is something which is really inspiring, and not only in the language industry. I gave you a couple of examples in that blog post about inspiration. So please look it up. It's worth reading. I hope. Number 9. Be overwhelmed with positive emotions and the blessings of terminology. Wow, this is a very bold statement. So this is obviously which emotion? It is to be over awe. This is one of my favorite ones. Awe. It's awesome. Yes, we say it 10 times a day, but the real awe, wow, this wow effect. This was awesome. This was really wonderful. This was really great. You know, it's overwhelming. You know? Think about the Translators Without Borders. This is overwhelming. This is all. When you're a translator, you know, a language service provider, this is overwhelming. Also in the community interpreting, you know, the impact you have, the things you give, you share. As an interpreter in a hospital, for instance, you know, you can not only change lives, or as a translator without borders, you can save lives. A lot of lives have been saved already by these wonderful colleagues. So really, this is awesome. This is overwhelming. And also your love for the language is overwhelming for you. And number 10, yes, this was the topic of today's video, love. Love is all we need. And love contains all these: joy, you know, gratitude, serenity, interest, hope, pride, amusement, inspiration, awe. This is all included in love. That's why actually we mainly need love for our language and terminology business. You know, each and every year when we have our terminology summer school, you can practice the entire week all the 10 most frequent positive emotions. And this is really awesome. And you know why? Because we are here and we are sharing. We are caring, we are sharing, and the magic then, you know, evolves. Because people get in touch with each other, and people, like, you know, batteries, they recharge each other with that love they have. So I hope that you enjoyed these 10 most frequent positive emotions, and the way I bridged the gap between the research on these emotions and our wonderful business we are in, where we need all of them. So stay tuned. Next week, there will be another topic, a different one. And looking very much forward to meet you again. Stay tuned. Bye. All the best. Ciao. See you.